Hello guys, Fred here from Pro Tennis Trader. I hope you're well. So we have the Australian Open starting on Monday, which is the first Grand Slam of 2023. And those of you who follow the channel will know that at a major Grand Slam, I will often adopt my pre-tournament trading strategy. So in this video, I'm going to run through with you my selections for this pre-tournament strategy for the Australian Open. Now I've done a video a while back which gives full details of how this strategy works. So I run through selection criteria, when to lay off, and all of the details. So I'm not going to go into all of that here. You can find that video in a link in the description box below or from clicking on the pop-up. However, for the purposes of providing my selections, it is important to give a quick recap of the staking plan. So I will just give a quick recap on this before I go on to give you my selections. So I adopt a 4-point staking plan. So I'll only ever be risking a maximum of 4 points on this strategy. Now, if you want to know more about my banking strategies and risk management approach, then you can take my free Introduction into Tennis Trading course. Now, essentially, my trading bank is made up into an overall of 100 points with a 4 points per match risk strategy. So with this strategy, we are adopting the same level of risk as we would do in a usual tennis trading match. Now, one of the reasons for this strict staking method is due to the fact that very often you may have a number of match risks happening at the same time. And of course, you don't want to run out of your bank to fund your trades due to the funds being tied up elsewhere. So before we move on to how we are going to attribute this 4-point stake, let's take a look at some pricing. So essentially for this strategy, I classify players into different risk categories, and this will enable us to evaluate the level of risk and therefore calculate the stake for each player that we are backing. So there are 4 categories. There's category 1, which are low risk players. Category 2, which are medium risk players. Category 3, high risk. And category 4, very high risk. Now, of course, much like when we are placing any other types of trades, the level of risk is directly proportionate to the opposing level of reward. So with low risk, you get low reward. With high risk, you get high reward. Now, of course, this level of risk is directly relative to probability. So low risk, low reward, higher probability. Higher risk, higher reward, lower probability. And so this is the criteria that I use to classify players for the purpose of this trading strategy. So for category 1, these are players priced under 5.0. Category 2 are players priced between 5.01 and 10.0. Category 3 are players priced between 10.01 and 20.0. And then category 4, which are our very high risk players, these are players priced above 20.01. So here is the staking plan for this strategy. Now please remember, we are only risking an overall trade stake of 4 points. So this is how I attribute these 4 points. I'll place 1 point on a category 1 player. So this is a player priced under 5.0. I will then place another point on category 2 players. Now these will be split over 1 or 2 players, depending on other criteria. I will then split 1.5 points on category 3 players. Now this may be over 2 or 3 players. And then for the final half a point, I will place this half point on a category 4 player, actually split between 2 to 4 players. Now these are very high risk, but of course, if it pays off, they are high reward. Okay, so that is the staking plan for this pre-tournament trading strategy. Okay, so here are my selections for the Australian Open following this pre-tournament trading strategy. So my category 1 player, which is 1 player priced under the price of 5.0, is Novak Djokovic, priced at 2.0. Category 2 players, which are 1 point split over 2 players between the prices of 5 and 10, are Daniil Medvedev, priced at 7.8, and Sabalenka, priced at 9. The category 3 players, which are 1.5 point split between 2 to 3 players, I've gone for 2 players here. I've gone for Nick Kyrgios, priced at 19.5, and Ons Jabeur, priced at 16.5. And my category 4 players, which is half a point split between 2 and 4 players, I've gone for 3 players here. So I've gone for Rybakina, priced at 34, Yannick Sinner, priced at 26, and Sebastian Korda, which I think we got a lot of value there, at the price of 55. So those are my selections for my pre-match trading strategy. Now please remember, they are not simply pulled out of a hat. There's a lot of analysis that goes on, which is explained in the first video. And of course, you need to have a set strategy of at what points you are going to start laying off your players and start locking in profit. This is not a set and leave gamble. It is a trading strategy. So I would urge you to take a look at the first video if this is something that you are going to look to do for the Australian Open. And just to throw out a disclaimer here, these are my selections. All trading carries risk, and therefore I'm not recommending you follow my trades, but of course it's up to you if you do or not. Now I hope you enjoy the Australian Open as much as I will, and happy trading. Now if you found this video useful, then please do check out my YouTube channel for loads more videos and subscribe to be notified of when I upload new videos. And if you'd like to become a successful tennis trader, then you can start your journey by enrolling on my free video course, An Introduction into Tennis Trading, at protennistrader.com. And you can also grab a free copy of my ebook, Tennis Trading, the Ultimate Guide to Getting Started. I'll see you soon.